Line Webtoon and Tapas have been launching a lot of new comics every month. I have this hobby of checking out new series, and I feel very delighted when I discover good stuff. This July 2021, there are over 40 new titles which had debuted from both platforms. So, if you're having trouble choosing which to read first, then no worries. I've got recommendations for you. My recommendations shall be split into several groups. I'll cut to the chase and immediately start with the top recommendations already. And I call them the Discovered Gems. This batch includes titles which I consider as the best among the new comics recently, or at least they're the ones I love the most. One of them is already completed, while the others are still ongoing. At number 3 is When Jessie Whistles. This is very refreshing to read since there aren't much comics involving South American mythology. This one takes place in Paraguay, and it's been really good so far. Rodrigo's so adorable. Hopefully, he won't be a villain in the end. Number 2, The Dog Diaries. If you have or had a pet, or if you're simply an animal lover, much more if you're a dog lover, this will totally pull your heartstrings too. Number 1, Grasp. It's one of the best thrillers that Webtoon has to offer. Well, don't expect it to be on the same level as Bastard, okay? But its story is gripping enough to keep you on the edge of your seat. Characters are also shockingly different from how they appear. So, if you're a thriller fan, this underrated webtoon is a hidden gem you can't miss. Well, that's my top 3 highly recommended new comics that happen to be all from Line Webtoon. The other titles which I recommend are part of the next group, which I call the weekly reads, since they are interesting enough to look forward to in a weekly basis. I just don't love them as much as I love the top 3. Well, at least at first impression. At number 5 is Tenants from Another World. It's a really amusing reverse isekai with pretty princes acting like dorks in the modern era. Number 4, Samadhi. A very interesting superhero comic so far. I like this better than the author's other work. Number 3, God of Blackfield. We have an overpowered high schooler acting like an adult, and it's because there is an actual adult soul in him. It's pretty awesome and has nice comedy. Number 2, A Useless Villain. This is pretty unique. I'm very interested to know on how the heck the MC will get out of that time loop. Why on earth a certain guy is protecting him? And how is the bullied guy connected to all of it? Then at number 1, Interview with the Crazy Rich. It's seldom to see an amusing romance series with an introverted chaebol for a male lead and a rep novelist for a female lead. Coincidentally, majority of them are also from Line Webtoon. The exceptions are number 1 and number 3, which are from Tapas. The titles on the next batch are all from Tapas though, and I call them my guilty pleasures. I read these titles with my brain turned off. The cuteness and silliness overload brings a smile to my face. At number 1 is Roxana. A horror romance fantasy series is indeed pretty unusual, but it tries so hard to be dark and gruesome, to the point that it felt forced. And although there are actually some promising characters in this series, but they were handled so terribly. Of course, they lack character development too. It's so disappointing, it hurts. Nevertheless, the art is absolutely gorgeous. I'm addicted to the female leads, beautiful earrings, and the male lead's blushes. Number 2, I Belong to House Castiello. The isekai part in this series was absolutely pointless. It barely had any impact on the story. But I love how the father, the brother, the bodyguard, and everyone else in their household are doting on the female lead. So much fluff, it's addicting. At number 3, Saving My Sweetheart. The female lead here is kinda boring, but at least she's not as helpless as she used to be. What I enjoyed in this series though is how the other characters act like puppies towards her. So adorable. So, if story flaws bother you a lot, but want to see if you can enjoy reading these titles too, I suggest that you lower your standards and expectations, or else you may find them disappointing. But if you don't consider those stuff as flaws and found something impressive about them, then that's great. For the next batch of recommendations, I call them the boredom relievers. I like reading the titles included here, but just not a priority. I think they have the potential to be more interesting later, but it just doesn't feel like that on the chapters available so far. There's one interesting supernatural LGBTQ series from Tapas. Then the rest are line webtoon comics. Among the titles shown here, I like this one the most. There's a lot of action fantasy manhwa that take place on Earth that is already used to having dungeons and monsters. But this webtoon didn't fast forward like that. So, it has been interesting to see the development of how the world reacted and adapted to the phenomenon wherein reality suddenly becoming like a game. Last but not the least, these are the titles which didn't make it in the recommendations list at all, and I call them the unfortunate ones. I have various reasons for dropping them. Well, for example, among the webtoon titles, on this one, I am not a fan of reverse harem in the first place, and I didn't see this series offer anything unique or interesting. So, naturally, I dropped it. For this one, it's the type of series I usually like, but for some reason, it didn't work out for me. I'm not a fan of the creator's popular series either. This one had a very disappointing female lead. She doesn't deserve the male lead. He's too good for her. While in this one, although it's not bad, the comedy felt so redundant to me that it eventually got me bored, so nah. Then, among the tapas titles, this one feels like just reading Pokemon in a Korean game setting. Then this one has an MC that has something like a Death Note. But the story pacing is too fast. It ruined everything. This one is very aesthetically pleasing but got me bored. And lastly, as a huge fan of the mystery genre, this thing made me experience a terrible headache. This particular scene with a female lead who is being depicted as the smart type made me stop reading it immediately. It's such an embarrassment, oh my god. If we have similar tastes and if you appreciated my warnings, you're welcome. But if you happen to like any of the titles that I had dropped, that's absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with loving them. I'm happy for you. Even if they're not my type, I believe they deserve love too. Please continue supporting them. If you haven't read them yet, I encourage you to try them out if any of them caught your attention somehow. Alright, I hope I had helped you discover a new favorite. Likes, comments, shares, and subscriptions will be highly appreciated. Thanks for watching. Bye!